Yes, sir. Good morning. How are you doing?
I am fine. How about you? Hope you're fine too.
Well, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I'm just enjoying the fact that you're enjoying the misery of some people.
You know, when I said that, um, I'm always excited when Chelsea loses.
Yes.
Class P, Della Russell. So Della Russell,
Uh,
clue of graphic, when tagging me the last time Manchester United lost. I was quiet because I knew this day will come. I knew this day was going to come. Again, they've done their thing.
oh my goodness. Yes. Yes. But you know the what I find what saddens me is Arsenal. I was really hoping that this year would have been their year.
Yes.
Really, really rooting for them. That this year will be their year, and somehow they seem to have lost steam.
Yes, they've lost it, and it's also. I think that there'll be a lesson on this. I'm sure there'll be a food for thought on this one of these days. But I think that,
Oh, someday,
yeah. What Arsenal did,
someday.
yeah, what
Yes.
Arsenal did was that they were doing very well. Now, Gabriel Jesus was injured, and Ketia was doing very well, banging all the goals. But the
Yes.
moment Jesus comes back, he takes over, and the depth in the Arsenal squad is limited also. So yes,
Mm.
they've been able to fight for the title. All is not still lost. Mathematically, they still have a chance, but it's out of their hands now. They would have to rely on others to do them a favor. Hopefully, someone does them a favor and they're able to win. you know.
Well, that sounds like blasters at a competition,
Oh,
making working
it,
mathematics.
it reminds me. It reminds me of 1997. At the time, we drew 2-2 with Morocco in
Yes,
Kumasi, and E.T. Mensah, then sports minister, was doing the analysis. Oh, if Gabon beats Morocco, if
that's
we
right.
beat Sierra Leone,
Yes.
if they draw here, now that's Arsenal's kind of analysis right now. So it's no longer in their hands. It's now dependent on somebody doing them a favor.
You know what this reminds me. You know, there's this song. There's this song. I'm not too sure which artist composed it. Krumbeya Oda, this bottom,
Oh, is it Jesse Jones? Jesse Jones.
and sometimes when it comes to soccer now, say league Nebeya Oda, this where you bottom. Um, so when you talk about the depth in the Arsenal team, it's a matter of a year of economics.
Usiga semenya unya.
Oh, winya. Anyway, listen, one of my favorite comedians is Mark Lowry. He was a member of the Gaither vocal band and is also the co-writer of the song Mary, Did You Know? In one of his comedy routines, Mark tells the story of the night he was caught in a tornado. He had rented a houseboat on a lake. Unknowing to him, the area was called Tornado Alley because every year a tornado passes through the lake. Mark had never been in a tornado before. On the night in question, he said he heard what sounded like a freight train coming towards his houseboat. By the time he remembered that he was on a boat on a lake, and the train could not be moving on a lake, it was too late. The tornado hit, and it hit hard and flipped the boat upside down.
Wow.
He thought he was going to die. He grabbed his radio and tried to contact the other boats on the lake, who were no strangers to tornadoes, and they all said they were upside down, but they were fine. The following day, those who had been caught in the tornado met in a cafe for coffee and told their stories of how they survived. And Mark made this remark. He said, "You know, if I knew I would survive it, I would have enjoyed the experience better." Mark was speaking to a situation most of us can relate to. Life does not spare any of us. And so, in the lives of every one of us, there will come hardships and unfortunate situations that cause us a lot of stress and pain because we cannot see beyond them. Then, a few days or weeks or even years down the line, we look back and suddenly, what caused us tears, what caused us pain, what caused us sleepless nights, bring us joy, because we can see how much profit, how much value the experience has brought us. We can laugh at any situation after we have gone through it. But imagine if we knew we would survive those situations. I'm sure if we did, we would enjoy those experiences even more, or at the very least, we would have been less worried as we went through it. For the production of my play, Just the Tip, I used a number of new members as members of the cast. These were people who were eager to go on stage, but they had never experienced anything on the scale of Roverman Productions. A week into rehearsals, when they discovered how intense the process of rehearsals was and how much hard work was involved, a number of them began to regret accepting admission into the group. Many of them wondered if they had not made a mistake. But it was not just the hard work involved that had them worried. They began to question their own adequacy for the task. I did my best to ease their anxieties and assure them to just trust the process. I told them that they would be okay and would be glad they went through with it. But I could see that not many of them were reassured. Then came the production, and every one of them excelled and amazed their friends and families with their wonderful performances. Now, they came to me excited and filled with joy. They thanked me for giving them the experience of a lifetime by putting them on my stage. And to each of them, I asked, after they had thanked me profusely, I asked them, so, will you now go for a refund of your tears and of your fears and your anxieties, the anxieties you inflicted upon yourself leading up to the production? Are you going to get a refund for them? They would go away laughing, but they all agreed that they would have enjoyed the process better if they had known that things would turn out as well as the production did. Listen, the good news in life is that we will survive almost every challenge we face. We will survive every misfortune we encounter, and sometimes even thrive from it. And quite often, it is only when it is all over that we look back and realize that we could have enjoyed the process better because good came out of it. I think of my own case when I was dismissed from my job over 30 years ago. I was home for 1.5 years. From that period of shame and disgrace came restoration and greater things. Trust me, if I knew that out of the shame and disgrace will come honor and significance, I would have enjoyed those 1.5 years more and taken it as an extended leave. But because I could not see beyond the present, I gave in to despair and to fear most of the time. Life indeed can be cruel. Life is not fair. Life can drive us to despair. But the truth is that we will come out of life's challenges stronger and better if we are able to rid ourselves of bitterness and anxiety. The truth is that whatever we are called to deal with, we will be fine. If we accept that truth, then we can enjoy the process a little bit more because we know that good will come out of it. Those who write professional exams live this truth out every exams cycle. The process of preparing for any professional exams is not easy. It calls for a lot of discipline and sacrifice and a lot of hard work and sleepless nights.
Sure.
But candidates endure these because they know what is awaiting them at the other end of the exams. So although it is hard work and difficult, it is also manageable because they know that the rewards at the end will be more than worth it. I have a number of my adopted children who have gone through the School of Law at Makola. The course is one of the most difficult and challenging of any professional course, with the possible exception of medicine. But the prospect of being called to the bar and being addressed as counsel far outweighs all the sacrifices and hard work demanded. I think we should all begin to live life with a certainty that whatever lies at the other side of hardships and struggles and difficulties will be worth it, so that we could be more at peace when the hard times come, knowing that hard times never last, knowing that this too shall pass. And Abayuse, that is my presentation for this morning.
Thank you very much, Uncle. I like the council bit. There are a lot of people who are just waiting to be called council.
Charlie, and it's worth it. But
it is.
To get there, it no be easy. It no be easy.
I mean, one of my lawyer friends, Prince Samponsa, the last time he said, "Oh, Charlie, go and do law." I'm like, "Why?" He says, "Oh, I just want you to say that I'm your senior." I mean, all he wants is for me to call him senior, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, yes. I get your point now." But that's it. It's
Winston, they take seniority very seriously.
Very,
in the legal profession.
Very, 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 very.
They take it very seriously.
Yeah.
But it's a great cause. Just that the way to it is not easy. But such is life, that everything that is causing us pain now, one day we'll look back on it with joy and laughter.
Exactly.
Everything that is causing us pain now, we'll look back on it with laughter and with joy.
Uncle, Sami Odam is here, and he says, hi. Today he's not in a batakari. I don't know if the cameras can capture him for you, but he's not wearing.
No. I'm watching him. I'm watching him pacing up and down.
Oh, you've seen him. Today is not. Yes. He's in no batakari today.
And I've also taken note that he will need to hit the gym a little bit.
Yes, he's just returning from leave, so he's had enough
to eat.
Okay. When you've had enough to eat, they say that the women, when after marriage, when you are not showing any signs of gaining weight, they say, "We didn't show we are now."
Except that, unfortunately, some of us eat to slim.
For you, they say when you must be grateful to food, but you are not grateful to food.
But say before I go, I have to say something to Sami. It pains me that I'm saying that to him, but I have to say it to him. I've missed him, and it pains me to say that.
You've missed your very good friend, Sami Odame.
He's actually my son. I miss him. He's a vagabond, but I miss him.
He wants me to tell you that we shall pass by one of these days. We'll pass by the office. Is it at the same office?
Go with you. Where's the bye-bye?
Well, that's food for thought brought to us by Roverman Productions.